Hello. I hope everybody's enjoying their day. You know, treat every day as though it might be your last, because you just never know. Tomorrow's promised to no man, right? And there's so many things to be grateful for. I hope everybody enjoyed their 4th of July. I really had a wonderful time. My sister Evelyn is such a wonderful cook, and she barbecued all these ribs and made chili beans and potato salad, and the desserts were awesome. She made a trifle with all these fresh fruits, and it was just so wonderful. And also, you know, going along with the best cup of coffee that you've ever had in your life. All the time, her coffee is like the most consistent coffee that you could ever have. Every cup is perfect. She has it down to a science. It's really wonderful. Anyway, I'm going to put this out there for my protection, and I'm going to continue to expose. So if people are tired of hearing it, just, you know, click off. Everybody has the right to, you know, listen or not listen or whatever. But I have been a targeted person by these people who've done this illegal case study. So I'm just going to read. I'm going to continue to expose, because these people don't stop or let up. There's someone in my family. There is a married couple who have colluded with someone who has ties with an official source in the military, perhaps, or with somebody I used to work with in the past. They have collaborated and gotten a whole group of people with professional titles, people with positions of power and authority that have gone along as well to keep this under wraps and to continually attack me spiritually, and also using energy weapons. So I'm going to read this, and I guess they wanted to steal a house that was left for me in a will and a trust fund, and they all got a slice of the pie, and to cover it up, they figured it would be easier to get rid of me than to expose all of this. No, I'm going to expose all of this, okay? And I'm going to continue to expose it. I have no fear whatsoever. These people, however, are on their way out, because God steps in and takes control of the whole matter. Okay, a group of satanic Freemasons, and these are satanic Freemasons, have been continually illegally surveilling me, spying, stalking, trolling, watching, monitoring, studying my every move for years, in my everyday life, in my community, and wherever I lived, without my knowledge or consent, for the purpose of performing an illegal case study on my life and the lives of my children, because of my strong faith in the Most High God, my God energy, okay, my DNA, my energetic signature, and because of my constant state of happiness, joy, peace, vibration, high vibrational energy, and my light. These people have been stalking and following me everywhere. They monitor my every move, I kid you not. They conspire, and it all started with this man I used to work for in the aerospace industry. He's got all kinds of government contacts, okay? And this man abused his power because I rejected this person's sexual advances, and also he had been siphoning my energy for years, only I didn't know about it. And I did not know that this person was a Mason, that he was that he had offered me up as a sacrifice, agreed to get paid to try to, you know, he turned me over. He turned all these Masons onto me, okay, in order to have me as a financial sacrifice, so that he would get paid by monitoring my every move and following me around. Tried to have been siphoning my energy for years and handing it over to this cult. Okay, and they had been manifesting wealth off of my energy, all right, my energetic signature. They conspired to steal my ancestral inheritance through the stealing of all my personal records, my history, my information, my Akashic records, and to harvest my energy, my life force, my essence, my light, my creativity, my birthright, my blessings, all of my spiritual gifts, and my skills, talents, you know, even my intellectual property. I mean, that's so lame, but that's what these people have been doing. And they used my energy to manifest wealth for themselves while leaving me depleted and robbing me of my life force. They had been placing spell work and magic all over me. And I did not know. I was unaware until the Holy Spirit and God had quickened my soul, made me aware 5 years ago of everything that these people had been doing to me. Their ultimate desire was that I be, their intent was to, and is still, to deliberately keep me in a state of mental fog, confused with illusions. You have to remember in Operation Paperclip during World War II, when all of those scientists that were operating on all of the people in Auschwitz, conducting experiments without anesthetics, and they were sick, demonic people that were doing this, okay? And probing and poking, and people were like lab rats for them. Well, that's what they kind of did. A lot of those scientists came here to America, all right? The American government took a lot of them in, and they've been doing shit like this and performing all kinds of really creepy experiments. You've heard of Plum Island and all that. That's what they do. Well, they do it on a certain percentage of the American population as well. They target certain individuals because of your DNA, and they monitor, they follow you all of the days of your life. It's like a regular Truman Show. That Truman Show, you have to remember these people put shit out there they put bits and pieces of truth out there for people to be aware of it, although most people are unconscious about the fact that they are doing this. It's all subconscious stuff that they do, but their ultimate desire, and this man who had a vengeance for me, he just wanted to destroy my life because I turned him down, right? And he's like, who in the hell are you to turn me down? He was a married man, but still he was a bigot, and didn't want, wanted to leech off of my energy perpetually, like felt he had a claim over my life, a real demon. This is a warlock, all right? And his wife is a dark witch. And this couple have been doing all kinds of stuff to me and my family, but they've been getting paid and then trying to steal. They stole a house, tried to cover it up. There was a court case that went on and probably still is going on. I don't know where it is. No one has told me. They've made sure that all my mail would be diverted, kept it from me. In court, they told them that I was ill. That's why I couldn't show up. I'm not ill. I've never been ill. They wanted to keep all of this information from me and from me finding out. But their ultimate desire, especially of this man that I turned down, was that I would be homeless, depressed, without support, unloved, through the result of family believing lies that they spun on me. Apparently, they went out to all people that I know, and they spread this false narrative on my life to get to discredit me, because they had planned in court to steal this my ancestral inheritance. And so they spoke lies on my name constantly. They believed that by creating a false narrative on my life and through the constant use of gossip and spreading of malicious lies, that eventually my family members would believe the lies and turn against me as well, resulting in a state of heartbrokenness. And they really wanted to bring me to that point, because that's where they feed off of the grief that they cause. They feed off of that grief, and that's how they manifest wealth. Once they feed off that grief, they go right into having sex orgies within their cult, and they do their rituals, their sex rituals, to manifest the wealth. This is the sick stuff that they do. It sounds crazy, like a crazy movie, but that is what they have been doing, okay? And they wanted me to feel isolated and alone and without love, and that is how they work on chosen ones. I'm not the only one. They do this to targeted people all over the world, okay? They isolate you. They get into your marriage life, and they break things up, and then they use MK Ultra mind control on your kids. They get in and manipulate the energy, and they gloat that they've gotten to a point where they can actually through the manipulation and projections that they use at nighttime when people are sleeping, that they perform on their targets, and using energy weapons as well. Okay, these people gloat in the fact that they are able to manipulate the energy of a person, causing them to act out of character and do things against their will that they would not ever normally do if they were to be left alone to live their life naturally. That's how you have so many people, so many young people that are loners, that go out and commit all these heinous crimes on school campuses and open fire on people. It's these people behind the scenes, all right, that are actually doing it. They're the ones using the spell work and the witchcraft and the black magic and the technology, the energy weapons, the MK Ultra mind control, and they're manipulating the energy in these targeted young kids. They get them isolated and alone. They siphon their energy and they do projections. They swap the energy, and they project their evil shit and their evil intentions onto that innocent person and get him to carry out their evil plans. So that is how that goes, because they have an agenda to take the guns away. So that is what it's all about. These people are all about, in these secret societies, they're all about domination, control, and money. And whoever holds the purse strings controls the world. So remember that. That's what it's all about for these people. Okay, so they wanted me to feel isolated and alone without love, and that's how they work on us, right? Okay, it's a gross conspiracy against chosen ones, you know, ones that are of God all over the world. They believe that whoever holds the purse strings controls the world. So they set up monitoring devices. That's what the Patriot Act was all about. And 9/11, they created that to usher in all these new laws like the Patriot Act, where they can literally, with little or no reason at all, go into a court and practically justify and get it signed off by a judge to approve them getting into your home when you're not there, and putting in monitoring devices, listening to devices, cameras, you know, and they voyeur you, they watch you, and they track your vehicle. They use everything to watch you, to voyeur you, having sex, using the toilet, taking a shower, you know, undressing, shaving your legs. They use this and they beat off to it. They masturbate to that shit, because it's all, everything they do has to do with sex. That's how they manifest wealth. And so they use all of that, and they videotape you, and then they traffic you on the dark web without your knowledge. You don't even know that they're doing this. This is what they do to millions of Americans who don't even know that they've been trafficked against their knowledge, against their will or permission. And they put cameras in hotel rooms and they watch you there, and then they traffic you, and they make money. Everything is about money to these people. This is a huge trafficking ring, and it's a big network with people that work in the bank, because the bank manager will divert the funds and make sure that whatever should have come to you in a will gets diverted and split up between a group of people that are all working together. That's how these Masons operate, all right? It's a corrupt, illegal, it's a secret society, and that's why it's secret, because they don't want you to know what they've been doing, okay? And they target people. They try to take them out, and they use all kinds of energy weapons, and I'll get into that in just a moment. But they videotape you for the purpose of trafficking you. And so just for the record, I've never had an OnlyFans app. I've never even been to OnlyFans. I didn't even know what it was. I had to ask around, and people told me what it was. Also, TikTok, never been on TikTok. I don't have an app for TikTok at all. And Snapchat or any of those, or dating sites. I've never ever done that at all. I don't ever sext people, like sexting, I guess they call it, where you take pictures of your body or whatever and send it to, no. I've never done anything like that. But this couple, this man and his wife, to humiliate and to try to pass me off in court for the purpose of stealing, getting approval from the court to steal and to have complete power of attorney over this will that was left in my name, my trust fund. They had to lie about me and slander me and get everybody on board and saying that I was a prostitute or a street worker or an escort or something like that along those lines. And they created all this false fabricated evidence to try to back up what their claims were. It's all fake. It's all manufactured evidence, okay? None of it is true at all. I'm a celibate woman, and I worship the Lord my God with, you know, in spirit and truth, and I live alone. But that's what they use to their advantage, is I live alone and I'm kind of far away, like 130 miles away. So they do all this shit when you're not around to defend yourself, when you don't know who all is involved in doing this. But apparently they paid a lot of money to people, various people who would make false statements about me in court, who believed the lies and just went along with it. So that's what they do, all to embarrass and humiliate the victim, and to create that false narrative, all right, so that they could have a power of attorney over your finances, control your trust fund, live a high life, drive the nice cars, eat the fancy foods, and, you know, and steal the house and all of that. That's all it's about. So they blackmail people to keep them quiet or in fear of being embarrassed or by losing their jobs. No, they have nothing over on me. I have no fear whatsoever about these people and what they do. Truth sets people free, okay? And you know, they use energy weapons on people when you're sleeping. Try to stimulate your nervous system. You become like a lab rat. They want to see just how far they can go and what kind of energy weapons they can use on you to trigger you, to cause you to, let's see what happens when we do this, and let's see what happens when we do that. And if nothing happens, well, let's just turn it up and see, you know, what a stronger dose will do. And they do shit like that to people. And that's what they have done to me. They have manipulated people's energies in certain neighborhoods, certain regions. They choose, you know, they target people with high energy levels and that God energy, I'm telling you. Because they don't have that. These are soulless beings. These are Luciferians. They are Satan worshipers, all right? And they have to, in order to survive, they've got to have fresh supply of energy. And they go out and siphon and harvest it off of people like me. But when you're aware of it, when God made me aware of it, I kicked these people out of my energy. You have to use your voice to speak against these atrocities, and then they are not permitted to do that. These people break all kinds of spiritual laws as well as physical laws. They do not respect the laws. They feel they are above the law, but they are not. All power is ordained of Almighty God, okay? And so, but they spray stuff over your house, over your area to see what will happen, and it's usually a combination of viruses, drugs, and poisons to see how it will affect your immune system, to see how it will affect you. They try to make you go blind. 2 years ago, I was injected with something in my right eye on New Year's Eve. It was on a timer. At precisely the moment the clock struck 12, I heard like something was tagging me, and it was in my right eye. There's a corrupt politicians that know about this, and there are corrupt law enforcement that are completely aware and are also Masons. They all cover for one another. They swear allegiance to Lucifer. All right, so they all cover one another. They're across the board in corporations. They're usually at the top, the heads of all companies that exist in America, and they control everything. All right, and they work together. It's part of what they sign up for. When they sell their souls to the devil, they sign up for that, okay? They get all the perks and the money and the fame and the riches, but they sell their soul in exchange for all of that, and they all have to go along with it. So it's a top secret program, and it's been conducted on a lot of innocent Americans everywhere, and then they scapegoat you. When you are aware of what's been going on, they don't want to be exposed, and they try to get rid of you. So I've been targeted by these people. They've watched me from a distance to see how all of their attacks affect me. And of course, I'm very high vibrational. I love myself, and so they have not been able to get me to a depressed, grief-stricken, low vibrational state of mind. That can never happen because I love myself and I love God. So this crooked lawyer, though, this CEO, father-like figure who worked with these people who agreed to offer me up as a sacrifice for money, a real Judas, a real Judas today. We have them among us, you know. They're all being exposed. And family members, whatever, family, if I have a cousin and an aunt out there somewhere that are working with these people as well, there's a very jealous bitch hater who just wants my life, tries to swap destinies. Every day she wakes up and all she thinks about is trying to figure out how she can transfer my power to her. No, you can't, bitch. You're not me, and you never will be. All right? But they conduct tests within your dream state when you're sleeping as well. They commit rape, spiritual rape. And so you have to protect yourself with prayer before you go to bed. couple tried to set me up to get me imprisoned. This is what they're doing now, is they've created a lot of false reports in the legal system, and they have spread lies about me, accusing me of this or that, when I'm a 63-year-old woman that lives alone and minds her own business. And I love myself. I'm so proud of my fruit trees. They're doing so well. But, you know, little things make me happy. These people can't stand that. And they go ballistic, and they try to do everything they can to get me locked up, to get me to make false reports on me. And there's a corrupt law official who's overseeing everything and allowing it to go through because he gets a cut too, right? And he's one of them. All these people are going down. This whole illegal operation is exposed, and I will continue to expose it. And it's all backfiring on these people that have been doing these rituals on me, sacrificial rituals. Just this morning, I heard that there was a legion of devils that this woman has dispersed. She's so desperate to get rid of me, right? I think her husband just dumped her, and she blames me for it. I don't understand that at all, because I don't date anybody. I'm perfectly happy in my own life. But I guess maybe he has a crush on me or something. I don't know. He may have mentioned my name to her sometimes or whatever. She's just so jealous and blames me that her husband dumped her. Is that the craziest thing? I talk about insecure people, really. But all the lying and the hiding of things and the manipulations, all these cycles are ending and being closed out in our day. God is taking over, and there's going to be a tremendous shaking. And but through exposure, through speaking truth, because truth sets men free, okay, and through healing, you can certainly come out very high vibrational and very safe out of all of this. But I just wanted to put this out there, because can you believe these bioweapons, microwave weapons, trying to affect your nervous system, trying to make you have a stroke or heart attack while you're sleeping, trying to unalive you in a variety of ways, messing with your water supply. I mean, coming in and doing shit to your water. You know, there's invisible stuff that if you put it in water, you can't even tell. There's no detection. You can't taste it. It's a tasteless thing. These people have access to all of that, all right? Because this is a top secret, a big cover-up, and they don't want it to get out there. They don't want people to know about this shit. But it's a secret society, and they illegally surveil us, all right? And to study us. Let's see if we're like lab rats to these people. Let's see if this works. Let's see what happens when they do that. They have been trying to poison and drug me and sacrifice me by my health, trying to wish bad health onto me, doing black magic and sending voodoo towards me. I mean, all the stuff that these people have been doing. And make no mistake, they do this on a large scale to the masses, and also in the political spectrum to control the election. They do it on their opponents 24/7. They've got people doing black magic and spell work on the judicial system, on the judges, on the law officials. It's a big, widespread thing, and it's caused and created a tremendous imbalance on the planet. And God says, enough. Enough. When God himself has to get involved and get up and he sees everything, right? Nothing passes him. These people have all been gaining financially by all this bullshit. They get into families and they hire people. Okay, you be the handler for this person. This is the target. She's got that God energy signature. We want you to keep an eye on her. Report back to us. You'll get a regular paycheck. You're working with us now. And so they disperse people amongst families and in communities and in organizations. If you work at a company, they've got people there that are your handlers, and they're watching your every move. You know, I often wondered back then, I was recruited when I worked for Alitech products back then. I wonder, how did they ever know about me? You know, I never thought about that. Somebody came up to me and said, oh, I know somebody that wants to interview you for a position. How did they even know about me? It's like, I never even considered that before. Well, now I know, right? All right. So you keep an eye on you from day one. So But yeah, but this couple is in a marriage, and they're experiencing bad health now because all of the spell work they sent towards me is backfiring in a major way. But yeah, can you believe it? They had a court case. They didn't want me to know about it. They thought that if they could get rid of me, they could steal my trust fund and keep the house that they stole. They stole a house. These are people, possibly my family. I don't know who, but it could be distant relatives, cousins that are estranged that I'm not sure of. But these people, there's definitely a very jealous woman out there who wants to be me, who's been slandering, and my name is in her mouth all the time. And the CEO, this distorted masculine father-like figure who's angry, vengeful, hateful, spiteful, he wants me gone. And he has been paid money to take care of it. So these people are plotting against my life even now. They want to lure me or catfish me into some place where I'm sexually violated by numerous people and videotaped and then bludgeoned to death. That is what they have in mind for me. And but this woman has unleashed a legion of devils to me and to everyone I know, that so that they can, to gain my trust. Right now, I trust no one, bitch. Rule number one in this particular day, I trust no one. So all of those devils, I command them to be sent right back to your ass and to be leeching off of you. And they're going to swallow you up whole, bitch, for thinking or even doing a thing like that. You know, you return to sender whatever these people send your way. But at the same time, we're called to love. Love your neighbor as yourself. And you love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And those are the commandments. But these people act out of hatred, and they're demonic, with loads of demonic entity attachments. They're walking around with sicknesses and illnesses because of their lifestyle. They're very toxic people, okay? And they're haters of anything good and decent, any light. And so they go after people like us because we trigger their demons. That's it. And we don't mean anybody any harm, but yet, you know, we do defend ourselves. And the power rests and abides in Christ. So the power that I possess, bitch, it trumps anything that you would ever have against me. So the ground will open it up to swallow you down in it, all right? Keep it up. Every single person involved in trying to destroy my life and the lives of my children, you're going to answer for it. You are all being held accountable for your crimes, and you're under God's severe judgment right now, as we speak. So just letting you know, nothing you will ever do to me will ever affect me. I'm utterly and absolutely immune to all of your methods, all right? All of your attacks. But may they all be returned to the sender in full force, tenfold minimum, immediately and automatically every time. Bitch. All right. So it is. Yes, I'm a child of light, but I embrace all of me, all right? And I assert power and authority when push comes to shove. Nobody's pushing me against any wall. No one's cornering me, ever. I see right through their asses, and they will be held accountable for their crimes against me and crimes against humanity. And so it is.